Drink water.
The Bennett family knew their lives were boring until Marcus walked into that colorful shelter, radiating positive energy, and saw the buy one, get one free sign that would change their entire world forever. Marcus Bennett lived a life that felt like a dark, endless loop, where every day was an exact copy of the last, residing in a house that served as a prison of suffocating boredom for him and his wife, Elena. One afternoon, as the walls of the house began to close in on him, he drove his car toward a local nature park just to feel the fresh air outside. On his way back, a massive, energetic sign with pink LEDs caught his eye. High Hills Shelter, buy one, get one free. Intrigued and confused, he stepped inside to find a place overflowing with desperate souls. A high-energy worker explained that the shelter was so overcrowded, they had reached the point of begging people to save these lives. In the very first cage, Marcus saw a tiny, trembling 15-pound Doberman puppy named Duke, whose ears were covered in stark white bandages to heal the wounds from a major surgery. Before Marcus could even say a word, the worker placed the delicate puppy in his arms. Duke immediately began wetting Marcus's face with warm, slobbery kisses, creating a spark in the man's frozen heart. Marcus realized he couldn't leave without him, thinking this surprise would wake Elena from her infinitely repeating routine. However, just as he was signing the papers, a voice shouted out, telling him he had forgotten his free companion. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, I have to say I'm a little heartbroken. Stories like this need your support. Hit that subscribe button right now, you won't regret it. Now, back to what happened next. Marcus turned around to see a jet-black, 20-pound Cane Corso puppy named Shadow, with a small, wrinkled face that seemed to absorb the light of the world. The worker insisted that Duke would suffer from loneliness and could fall into a depression that nobody would want. And before Marcus knew it, he was walking to the car with two massive bundles of love in his arms. He called out to the dogs with a laugh, saying, "You'd better start praying or we won't get approval from my wife and all three of us will spend the night on the street." We wouldn't want that, would we? When Marcus reached the door of the Bennett residence, his heart was beating at the speed of light, and his pulse felt strong enough to break any measuring device. Filled with anxiety about his wife's reaction to this sudden decision, he took a deep breath and knocked. The moment Elena opened the door, the glass of water in her hand fell and shattered into pieces, shards of glass scattering everywhere as her eyes locked onto the two powerful predators in her husband's arms. She stood frozen with an expression of pure fear on her face. Meanwhile, Marcus began to stutter, trying to explain the buy one, get one free situation that sounded ridiculous even to his own ears. But then, the moment that changed everything happened. The terror on Elena's face dropped a level as she looked at him with anger and then lunged forward with a sudden, irresistible maternal instinct, not to push them away, but to snatch the bandaged Duke into her arms and press him to her chest. While cradling his wounded head against her bosom, she threw Marcus a fiery gaze that would make the sun's heat seem like a mere spark, and asked sternly, "Are these ours?" Marcus nodded with his eyes wide open, and she lifted the Doberman into the air, kissed his velvet nose, and shouted, "Welcome home, my beautiful angels." Shadow, that massive love butterfly of a Cane Corso, let out a tiny moan and rested his heavy head on top of Elena's feet, instantly sealing his place in the family hierarchy. The gray clouds that had hung over the Bennett house for years vanished instantly thanks to these butterflies of love. The clouds left their place to the frantic energy of two giant guardians, destined to be the soul of the house. Days chased weeks, and weeks chased months, and those tiny puppies transformed into massive 110-pound and 130-pound powerhouses of pure muscle and devotion, patrolling the Bennett garden like twin sentinels of love. Duke, the Doberman, moved with the grace of a shadow, living fortress, emitting a silent but chilling vibration to anyone approaching with ill intent. They were no longer the fragile creatures Marcus had pulled from the shelter. They had become an inseparable part of the humans who snatched them from death's cold doorstep, the very beating heart of the Bennett family. On a golden afternoon, as the sky turned deep purple and burning orange, Marcus and Alina sat on their lounge chairs, watching the two giants chase each other across the grass with earth-shaking speed, accompanied by the rhythmic thunder of their massive paws echoing through the neighborhood. Alina leaned over and kissed Marcus, her eyes sparkling with tears of pure gratitude. She thanked him again for breaking their suffocating routine and bringing these guardian angels into their lives. She remembered the day she dropped her glass in fear at the door, and now, as she felt the heavy square jaw of the 130-pound shadow on her lap, she couldn't imagine a single breath without them. Duke would lean his noble head against Marcus's chest, feeling every heartbeat, while Shadow acted as Alina's permanent shadow, shielding her with his massive body whenever a stranger passed by. They were not just dogs, but proof of the miracle of second chances, showing that even the most intimidating breeds carry the most sensitive souls. Now they live in the softest beds and the comfort of a king suite, but their true reward was the unwavering trust in the eyes of those who saved them. Every night as the house falls silent, these two warriors take their positions, one at the door, one by the stairs, on duty 24/7, not because they were trained, but because their love for the Bennetts is a debt they can never fully repay. They are the ultimate proof that every dog, no matter how scary its reputation, just wants a place to belong, a hand to touch, and a family to die for. And never forget, it is not the dog that decides to be bad or wild, but the one who raises it. There are no bad dogs, only bad owners. If this story touched your heart and you're still not subscribed, please don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button. What would you name these two incredible dogs? Drop your ideas in the comments. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. It helps more people find these incredible stories.